have me talking just like Stephen Hawking, writing songs like A.P. Carter. Rule number one about traps and learn: turn your back on the bait when you're bored. So I thanked him twice and said that's very nice, but I think I'll just stay a slow starter. Oh, bless all the ships at sea. Oh, bless all the good things that make their way back to me. Bless all the stars and how far they fell, the wind and the snow and the rain and the sun. Oh, what the hell, God bless everyone. Child, or I could be angry and broken and wild, but I stand here before you, the one on the file, cause I refuse to choose between them. Getting quite good at riding this fence, it's the one thing I do that makes any damn sense, and I'll take as the old man's recompense. He stayed buried where I don't have to see him. Oh, bless all the ships at sea. Oh, what the hell, God bless everyone. Why not? Why not? There goes your dream of being a spy, with a violin, a trilling, and you're squinting one eye. You aim, you shoot, and you waste the bad guy. Now you're shaken and stirred from your leisure, cause you've traded your gun and your waterproof tux for shopping lists held up by daisies and ducks, or a Frigidaire covered with artwork that sucks, made by children you love beyond measure. Oh, bless all the ships at sea. Way back to me. Bless all the birds and the bees and the children with the scuffed up knees that play in the sun. Oh, what the hell, God bless everyone. Halloween is fun, or should be. Anyway, it's once upon a time when we were dead and, you know, just wandering around, biting and eating everybody all over town. Not a lot of brain function at the old spinal cord junction, so we amble and we ramble and make the strangest of sound. With all that tromping and marauding and human smokers bored and other zombie business, you know a zombie surely can't get bored. So when two zombies meet each other and bump foreheads, it's no mistake, it's the perfect opportunity for some zombie patty cake. Zombie patty cake. Clap the back of both hands, then the right, then the left, then the wrist of your friends. You hope your arms don't come off and your elbows don't break, but other than that, it's a great time playing zombie patty cake. Oh, well, I think I ate the sailor that went to CCC. He tasted kind of salty, well, at least he did to me. And I remember very kindly that baker baking as fast as he can. I have it on good authority. He's the sweetest old man. Yeah, we have lowered expectations whenever we try to dance, cause if you step on somebody's foot, you're bound to take down their pants. And then zombie pants falling down wasn't the worst mistake. When your leg come clean off with it, it's time for zombie patty cake, zombie patty cake. Clap the back of both hands, and the right, then the left, then the wrist of your friends. It's a perfect entertainment option when the dead are awake. Get yourself a zombie partner, play you some zombie patty cake. So if you ever wake up and find yourself dead, and you and your zombie friends are walking around scratching your head, and you're looking for entertainment options in which you all can partake, find a pretty zombie partner, play some zombie patty cake. Zombie patty cake. Clap the back of both hands, then the right, then the left, then the wrist of your friend. We thought about breakdancing, but no. Zombie patty cake, clap, right, left, don't forget the wrist. Arm wrestling's just too much at stake, so we'll go with this option. Play us some zombie patty cake. I was such a strange boy, 40 years or so back then. Fat with big thick old glasses, I had trouble making friends. Cruising through my neighborhood, could easily have come to no good end, till I stumbled into the workshops of old white men. Call your mother, you can stay. That's about all they'd ever say. They'd take the lid off of some old wooden box, and inside would lay a gem made of string, spring, wood, and glue. Right then and there, I'm sure I knew firsthand the raw ingredients of old white men. Old white men. Get teary-eyed December 7th. Oh, white men, salute every flag they see. Oh, white men, didn't care how cool I could be. A drop of glue will do to helping men. Put the cap on when you're through, said old white men. It was all ball-peen hammers and calipers, dovetail joints and acetone, tubes and printed circuits, screws and spokes and wheels. The difference between truth and opinion. When you're old enough, be sure you vote. Never trust a woman wearing more than 3-inch heels. Oh, white man, living cross-cut chainsaw lives. Old white men, they don't talk back to their wives. Oh, white men, thanks to them, I can sharpen your kitchen knives with this stone. Sometimes when I'm alone, I wonder what became of old white men. Do they synchronize their watches as on and on time marches? Do their belts need extra notches as their waistlines go big and round? I call their wives up often, and I carry their husbands' coffins as these gray hairs of my own chase me down. Over the years I outgrew my awkward situation. I went to college, joined the cause, became the black man who never was. And over the years I learned to view old white men with suspicion, 'cause I'd heard the world was run to ruin by old white men. store. My Briggs and Stratmore, trying to adjust the carburetor, when this kid come bending my ear, always bugging me when I'm working. So I said, make yourself seem useful, son. Clean the carbon off that spark plug, wipe it down, and hand it here. Old white man, look me squarely in the eyes. Old white man, they look right past my skin. Old white man, I can hear them all so clearly. Are you gonna just stand there with that sand block, son? I'll make it so these pieces fit again. Hi, I'm Vance Gilbert, and I started my career in music by listening. And I grew up in Philadelphia, that is, for those that aren't into acronyms. And there was a lot of great radio stations in Philadelphia that played the beginnings of what they call the mixed format thing. And you could hear New Riders of the Purple Sage followed by Bonnie Raitt, followed by Miles Davis, followed by John Prine, followed by Mario Lanza. It was crazy, fun programming, and I got to hear a real mix of music and sort of decide for myself what was good and what wasn't, you know. And it ends up that most music is good, you know. Most of that music coming out of there, I don't know. For some reason, one of the things that pops into mind is the Herbie Hancock Headhunters album that got played on what was essentially a pop station at the time. So that was the beginning of my music. Then my parents moved to New Jersey, but I found them, and once I got to New Jersey, it was more music mixing from Earth, Wind and Fire to the Beach Boys to James Taylor. And then it was off to college, where I started becoming a little bit of a jazz snob. And then I graduated college with that sensibility, and then somebody turned me on to a bunch of English a cappella things. And I started listening to people like June Tabor and Matty Pryor, and then came Richard Thompson and John Martin, and then Stevie Wonder, and then Rahsaan Roland Kirk, and then it's just such a crazy mix. And here I am trying to embody all of that. No, not really trying to embody all of that, but you know, at 50 odd years old now, I feel like I've brought all of the music that has been part of me somewhat to the fore, and that's very satisfying. You know, in my examination of it, it's really satisfying to think that I am using and putting to heart, soul use the music that has been part of me through all my growing up so far. And I'm not done growing up yet. Oh no. And there's a playful nature to what I do musically. And I think my greatest heroes musically have a playful nature to what they do. Even the classical ones. Julian Bream, the classical guitarist, was a riot. He was a very funny person. It still is. I think he's extant. But yeah, I'm playful. There's a lot of comedy in my set. I think that keeps me working, because you know, not only do I come to where I play, like the Flying Goose here, just to play music, but people come to see what Vance is up to, and that ends up being a lot of fun for all of us. See, when I sit down to write, it's a little bit of having a boy, how do I say this? I have something in mind that I want to do. There'll often be scraps of paper with ideas, and they will guide me to through the idea, and maybe straight through to the other side of the idea until I'm doing something else.
And what I mean by that is that I tell my songwriting students that you will go to the prom with a certain song, but you don't have to go home with it. So you can start writing a song, but if it takes off in another direction, discard everything, even the title and everything else. If it's running in a certain direction, you have to answer that, and that's what you take home with you. And you take the rest of the song and maybe the parts you didn't use and put them up on blocks in the yard, like you would do an old car, and strip it for parts later. So I have a direction from time to time and a goal, and sometimes it gets totally thwarted. If I'm doing my job as a songwriter, I should be thwarted in every direction when I go to write. And the reason why I say that is because if I'm writing with brain freedom, that means that I started with a goal and disbanded it partway through. There's no sin in that. I'm actually pretty proud of that. If one starts out to write a song and does a top to bottom thing, that's great. That's great. If there's a distillation of ideas that make you do that, that's great. But I'm finding my best writing is when I am also as surprised as the listener the first time by the time I get through it. Right now, I don't have a real firm idea of what I'm going to play, and that's an interesting thing too, because having done this for, well, let's say I pick up the guitar to do this in earnest as a folk singer in around 1989, my repertoire is such that I can kind of pick and choose what I want to do right out of the sky and put a set together that way. I mean, there's some core things I'd like to do. There's a couple of there's a tune I do called Goodbye Pluto, which will be done tonight. And I will also probably do what I loosely term is my hit, Unfamiliar Moon. That will also be in the set list tonight. But other than that, off the top of my squash, it's fall. I like to talk about squash. I'll be sort of hunting and picking from my various parts of my repertoire. I'm going to do a bunch of covers to those that are uninitiated, or tunes that I didn't write that you might recognize, but I'm going to do my way. So.
Did somebody say they could smell my guitar? Goodbye, Pluto. So long to your tradition and your solo life's ambition of just whirling around the sun. Goodbye, Pluto. Being number 9 was nice till you lost your planetary status. Now you're simply rocking ice. There are 8 that spin before you, and they use up all the rays. The sun gives to her children, turn the night to day. So goodbye, Pluto. Though it doesn't seem quite fair, 3,000 million miles away, God just needs you there, and I think I understand when the spin gets out of hand. Sometimes all that's left, how to say goodbye. Goodbye, Pluto. All this bidding you do, I let both of us know better that you're orbiting a food of a mind than Pluto. With one roll around the sun, 250 years go by, and when that year is done, by the time Pluto, they'll be dead and gone to dust, taking their equations with them, their opinions gone to rust, and I think I understand when the spin gets out of hand. Sometimes all that's left is how to say goodbye. dropping off that bastard that kept springtime out of reach. Farewell, you old familiar, as you track your way through space. There comes a time when all of us are done, get replaced. So goodbye, Pluto, you'll be salty for a while, but a couple trips around old Sol and you'll be back in style. And I think I understand when the spin gets out. Sometimes all that's left is how to say goodbye. Sometimes all that's left is how to say goodbye. Unfamiliar moon, stars out of place, everything is new, everything is changed. Just as she cries when she sees it for the first time and she don't understand. Now then there's no you, everything is new like this unfamiliar moon. That can't be our song. Those are the words I know. Melody's all wrong, but the DJ says that's how it goes. Like a child is to learn on his own. You get too close to a bird, she'll be gone. Now then there's no you, everything is new like this unfamiliar moon. This can't be my house. How can this be home? I don't recognize it anymore. Each step to the front door is higher than I've known. It's like climbing up a mountain Everything is new like this unfamiliar moon. Now then there's no you. Everything is new like this unfamiliar moon. Don't look so sad. I know it's over. But life goes on, and this whole world will keep on turning. Let's just be glad for all the time we had together. There's no need to watch these bridges that we're burning. Lay your head upon my pillow. Hold your warm, tender body close to mine. Hear the whisper of raindrops blowing soft against my window, and make believe you love one more time. For the good times, I'll get along. You'll find another, and I'll be here if you should ever find you need me. Don't say a word about tomorrow or forever. There'll be time for sadness when you leave me. Lay your head upon my pillow. Hold your warm, tender body close to mine. Hear the whisper of raindrops blowing soft against my window, and make believe you love one more time. Lay your head upon my pillow. hold you warm and your body close to mine. Hear the whisper of rain blowing soft against my window, and make believe you love one more time. For the good times, for the good times. Oh,
well, the Flying Aces is a international model airplane group, and our focus and the love between all of us is centered around model airplanes that are powered by rubber bands they're made out of balsa wood and tissue and glue and bits of things, and they are free flight. They are flown without radio control or anything. It's a bit of a throwback to the kind of model airplaning that our parents and grandparents and great-grandparents did from the 20s, 30s, and 40s. And we're a small but mighty group of, like I say, international folks, and we all have that same affliction, that we are starry-eyed, addicted to that pastime. And I'm a councilman on the Flying Aces International, and if you Google Flying Aces and go to the website, or Google Vance Gilbert Lancaster, Vance Gilbert Betty, Vance Gilbert Flamingo, you'll see various types of model airplanes flying in big open spaces, particularly in Geneseo, New York is where we have our nationals. And if you Google those things, you'll see these things flying that I'm flying, and you'll hear me chattering in the background. Just ignore that. And you'll be left scratching your head saying, those are flying with just rubber bands? And indeed, we buy rubber band by the pound, we buy tissue by the ream to cover, and it's like, wow, you mean to say you're an underwater basket weaver? Or, you know, it's like one of those little niche things. But yeah, that's what I do music to pay for this, and it's very inexpensive.
And how did you get into this?
I got into this model airplane Flying Aces thing through having done a little bit of it as a kid. Coming up in the 60s, everybody built some kind of little model, something. And then I let it pass for the years through junior high and high school and college. And I came back to it after a trip to a bookstore and a hobby shop that had a book on building models, and the hobby shop had these materials, and I said, you know what? I remember doing that as a kid. I'm wondering if people still do it. Then I found a local club, and the rest is history, as they say. I'm angry. I'm angry that people don't listen. I think listening is the big thing. I think Black Lives Matter, and I think Blue Lives Matter. I'm not going to say all lives matter. That's incendiary and just aggravating. It's a milquetoast equalizer, and although that's what we're striving for, it's not reality. I think if your black friends tell you that something is going down and they see it as such, I think that should be recognized and respected when they say so. And everyone knows someone in law enforcement. If they say certain things are a certain way, I think they should be listened to. I think people need to listen, and I think, you know, politically, I think we become polarized because we need to stand on a platform. There's skinny platforms to stand on, so people will vote or think or direct themselves in one way or another and hold their nose for the rest. And I think that's unfortunate. First of all artists that make less than $100,000 a year would not pay taxes. That's one of them. There would be free health care for everybody. There would be free state college for everybody that wanted to go. There would be half-price chicken wings pretty much everywhere, even for vegetarians that were slipping. I think those are probably my greatest platforms for such. And I don't think we're anywhere near any of those.
I take the train downtown every day. You get on Fifth and Market. It's none of my business. You shouldn't have to ride. Someone who cares enough should drive you. That's what I'd say, but I'm just a boy on a train. Sometimes I'm lost in the clickety-clack. Houses slip by my window. One could be mine, you could be waiting there. I could be covered in your kisses. Like crazy rain, but I'm just a boy on a train. Every so often you carry a light green bag. Once on a Thursday you smiled at me. Then we'd have coffee, then we'd have children, then we'd have Main Street. Thank you, conductor, for your timely warning that the doors have closed. I missed my stop and I'm late again. Soon to be reprimanded. And if I'm fired, I'll ever so kindly reply, do what you must, for I'm resilient. Since I've seen a face so shining and brilliant that I've been a king, if just for one moment of fame, for a boy on a train. Baby head, a woman's eyes, I can feel you watching tonight. Come along with me, I'm waiting for the sunrise. When I feel cold, you warm me. When I feel I can't go on, you come and hold me. forever. Sarah, smile. Won't you smile a while for me, Sarah? If you feel like leaving, you know you can go. But why don't you stay until tomorrow? If you want to be free, all you got to do is say so. When you feel cold, I'll warm you. If you feel you can't go on, I'll come and hold you. It's you and me forever. Won't you smile a while for me, Sarah? Sarah, smile. I want you smile a while. When you feel like you're making you crazy, baby. Thanks for hanging out with me.
So you can find more about me, Vance Gilbert, at vancegilbert.com. I'm also on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and all those other ways to get a hold of me. And it's also a great way to see CDs and little movies and everything else. And please support live music.